Here is a Sears Homart Cooler window fan. This is one of the most powerful window fans ever made. I'm very interested to see how this compares to the large 20-inch 3-speed reversible plastic ones that I have. I have two of them. One is a straight Sears branded. The other one is, I think it's got 3 different names on it. I want to say it's Dayton, Galaxy, and Sears. I don't know if Air King was ever put on those things. Air King is definitely in that group of names. And then I think that those were actually a Vernco product, though I've never seen one branded under Vernco specifically that I can recall. Regardless, I have wanted one of these for many years, and I've never been able to find one locally. This one I did not acquire locally either. This one came all the way from Pennsylvania. I picked this up at the fan meet this year that was hosted at the Alliance Firehouse in Pennsylvania. There was 2 of these in the auction. The first one, I think it sold for $2 or something outrageous. That's so ridiculous to me because it's worth more than $2 in scrap metal. This was the second one that was sold, and this totaled around $30, which is more than I typically spend on a singular item, but I thought it was well worth it because this is not just any old Homart cooler. This is one that was found inside the building where the fan meet was hosted. So this is not only a memory of that day, it's a piece of history from the fan meet in general. And that's one of the things I really like about collecting and all these different items that I have here, is that these are not just average instances of these fans. Many of these have a lot of history behind them. They hold different memories, and they all have a story to tell. And this one has an excellent story behind it. So this is a 2-speed model. I believe there was also a 2-speed reversible model, but due to the design of the blades, I don't see why you'd want a reversible one. It's not going to pull that much air on intake at all. 2-speed switch. It's a little toggle switch. It's not labeled. I wonder if there should have been something else that's screwed on there. This is in very good condition. It's dirty, but most of the paint is still there, and I think it's going to clean up exceptionally well. Powered by a Craftsman motor. It's rated for continuous duty. It's allowed to draw up to 4.2 amps. And the rest of the information is not visible. I believe that it is a centrifugal start motor, but I can't confirm until we turn it on. The belt is, it's definitely seen better days. The belt's in pretty bad condition. Have to get a new belt. That's no big deal. Needs lubrication. It's turning free enough for the test, but it definitely is, there's a lot of resistance there. Got some dirt in there, we'll have to get that cleaned out. But it's a really cool fan. And we're testing it outside because it's just too strong to test inside, not in the window. Stuff's been blowing everywhere in the studio because it's such a mess. There's a logo. Metal, I think. Or is it plastic? I guess it's metal. Got some serious pitch to the blades. I still think that the plastic ones I have, the blade pitch is steeper and the blades are bigger. This one, of course, is going to be superior in terms of noise. This will be very, very quiet given that it's belt drive. But I don't think so that this is necessarily going to be absolutely more powerful. I think it's going to be a very close call. It looks like there's some irregular wear occurring on the pulley, so I'll have to check that out. Might not be set up properly. If it's an adjustable one, I don't even know. I did see this run at the fan meet, so I know that it works. But this is the first time that I'm going to be really testing this out for myself. The cord it's still in very good condition, but it's only a 2-prong, which is kind of a little bit dodgy to me considering how high power of an appliance this is. I hate to replace a cord that's perfectly good, but I'd be much more comfortable if this had a grounded cord on it. This is something that's going to be used pretty heavily around here. Probably not until next year, because this year we're pretty much out of warm days. Although I'm saying that and we're still getting 70s into the end of September. I'm going to mount this in one of the studio windows, and I suspect this will pull air through the majority of the house. At 120.4 the volts out here. This is only a 14 gauge cord, so it might dip down a little bit. I don't know what's high or low, so here we go. Yep, it is definitely centrifugal start. You could hear the switch engage there. That's pulling 3.06 amps, 250, 249 watts. I feel like we're on the last couple of hours or minutes of operation of that belt. Power factor is 0.69, so it is shaded full, moving an unbelievable amount of air. And as expected, it's very, very quiet. This is probably quieter than the Lasco 3733 is on low, and yet it's moving unbelievable volumes of air. It's in reasonable balance too. Pulling the voltage down only 1 volt, that's not too bad. 2.93 amps, and we're stabilized. Actually, I did not hear the centrifugal switch disengage. No, I stand corrected. It might not be centrifugal start. No, I don't think so that it is, actually. I think it's just a basic shaded pull motor. What I heard was actually the belt slipping, I think. Yeah, it's not centrifugal start. So this was pulling, this doesn't do an inrush current very well, but this was pulling an outrageous amount of power on startup. 21 amps on startup, holy mackerel. And that's only on low, or at least I think this is low. This is pretty tame, I think it's got to be low. Oh yeah, that was low. I can feel the air pulling in from behind me, and we're outside. So that is moving unbelievable volume of air. Yeah, that actually might be stronger than the plastic blade one. It's going to be very close. It's going to be a very close performance. Wow. That is a serious amount of air going through this thing. It's a serious amount of power too. 5.4 the amps, 482.81 the watts. The power factor is 0.75. 5.4 amps. Good grief. That's a lot of power. Could have cut that in half with a shaded pull motor. Yeah, that belt is about to go. There's not much left on that belt at all. Even on high, it's so quiet. That is a serious fan.